Impala Films presents Haunted, the audio drama. Christmas special. A Very Haunted Christmas. Part 3 of 4. Written by Jamie Evans.
How many packets of jelly babies are you hiding in that soup, Preston?
I came prepared for a long stakeout.
What are you thinking, James?
I'm thinking over what happened. Such creatures must be demonic in nature. Vicious little buggers.
Are you just pacing back and forth to hide your embarrassment?
I am not. They snuck up on me. I can't fight back because they're little people.
They tied you up like Lilliputians in Gulliver's Travels, mate.
Thank you for your assessment of the situation.
What on earth were they? Nasty little things ruining my Christmas display.
Are you okay, dear?
Yes, I'm fine. It's a little shocking, you understand. One moment you're trying to prepare the house for the family, and suddenly there's elves attacking a fat man in your garden. I need a glass of wine.
Don't you worry, we'll take care of it.
Wow, I cannot believe we saw real live elves.
They were not elves.
Oh no, don't. Small, mischievous little buggers. Sounds like elves to me.
Are you listening to yourselves? Are you actually suggesting that tiny men and women who spend their lives making toys in the North Pole for Santa Claus are now invading Great Britain?
You'll have to forgive my colleague. He's always had a bit of trouble broadening his mind.
I'll kill you! Let me at him! Let me at him!
James, calm down!
I know I'm new to this, but other than being small, they didn't really look like Santa's elves, did they? I mean, for one thing, they weren't exactly decent.
Don't remind me.
That's true. Indeed, I made that observation too, Reverend. In particular, the bugger who stole my jelly babies, I noticed was unusually well endowed.
Oh, I will not be present for such mucky talk.
I have to admit, I noticed it too.
What?
Oh, come on, didn't we all? A tiny naked man pops out of a Santa Claus's jacket, and you think every detail of that image isn't burned in your head.
Well, now you mention it.
Yeah.
That might be a key to identifying the creature. Can't be too many legends about gremlin-like creatures with large...
If this is what we've come to, I'm going to kill myself.
It's all well and good discussing their bits, but what are we going to do about them? They're ruining Christmas.
Okay, let's think logically here. The first thing we need to do is understand what exactly we're up against. After all, you can't defeat an enemy you don't understand. We'll split into 2 teams. One team will go to the local library and start researching. Team 2 are going to try and capture one of the creatures.
Capture?
It might help us to identify one of them. You should go back to your diner, Darlene. Leave this to us.
Oh, okay, sure. I've got a lot of baking I need to do anyway.
So, who is going with who?
Abigail, you're with me. Cheryl and Dan, I need you two to work out how to catch one of these things.
No problem.
Sure.
Okay then, meet back at the diner in a couple of hours.
Hold it! Whose team am I on?
Well...
I'd be an excellent contributor to both teams. I have excellent research skills, frankly the best research skills, but I'd also be a boon for team number 2. You know, wrangling dangerous animals is something of a speciality of mine.
Could you maybe not stand so close?
So come on, guys, which lucky group gets the Prestonator on their team?
It's just that, odd numbers. Small library.
Look over there, is that a Sasquatch?
Where?
Come on.
Oh, no, you son of a bitch! God damn it, you cowards!
Well, I guess I'm with you guys then, huh? Oh, Dibs team leader.
Are you nearly done?
Almost. Stop rushing me. These locks are ancient. It's a bit more difficult.
It says something about society, doesn't it, that modern locks are the easier ones to pick? I'm not sure what, but it definitely says something.
This takes me back. We did this the day we met. Do you remember?
Breaking into the Rawlinson house, yes. I remember that. You said you'd learned some skills hanging out with a bad crowd.
After my dad left, I went off the rails a little. It was a tough time.
I can imagine. Did you ever talk to your mum about it?
Not all of it. She had enough on her plate with him being gone and trying to support us on a vicar's salary.
It's probably none of my business, but these friends of yours, what exactly were they into that they needed to know how to pick locks?
There was this one girl, Kerry. She used to buy weed off this guy, Trevor, I think, and one day she couldn't afford to pay him, so we went over there and picked the lock.
You stole.
I know, it's wrong. Don't judge me like that.
I'm not judging. You were a different person then.
I hope so. I didn't like who I was back then.
Well, that version of you would probably have been able to pick this lock in 30 seconds, but current you...
Ha! Don't doubt me, ye of little faith. I'm the master of unlocking.
The master of unlocking.
Yes, that didn't sound as cool as I thought it would. Let's move on.
It was nice of Darlene to let us use the things in her garage to catch the elves.
Yeah, I doubt she's been in here for months. There's dust everywhere.
I'll open up the garage door, let some fresh air in.
On it?
Man, I don't even know what we're looking for. How the hell do you catch an elf?
Well, oh, I've got an idea. How about we do this the old-fashioned way? We can use these crates to make rabbit traps.
Ah, excellent idea, Mrs. Corbin. Beautiful and smart, I see. I was about to propose something similar myself.
You were?
I'm an expert in catching all manner of magical creatures. I once travelled to the States and caught a skunk ape using nothing more than a G-string and the bed of a Chevrolet pickup.
Skunk ape.
Oh, don't ask. We don't have time.
You can read all about it in my book, Stand Off with the Skunk Ape, available on Amazon Prime. I'd even be willing to sign it for you.
Great. Thanks.
Can you please pass me that rope there, Preston?
Ah, yes, very good. It's a shame I didn't know we'd be doing this sort of business. I'd have picked my silver-threaded rope.
You do not have a rope threaded with real silver.
Of course I do. It comes in handy when wrangling werewolves.
Werewolves? Werewolves are real?
No, I don't think they're real.
Of course! I fought many a hairy beast in my time. Don't you fret, Mrs. Corbin. Around me you have nothing to fear. Protecting a damsel in distress is all in a day's work for Preston. Evil killer extraordinaire. You name a creature and I guarantee you I've done battle with one before. Vampires? Vanquished. Wendigo? Wiped out. Leprechauns? Leave it out, you cheeky Irish chappies. I'll eat your goddamn Lucky Charms if I want to.
Right, is that the advertising spiel for your next commercial?
Actually, yes. I'm going to be teaching a 6-week intensive course on my own brand of fighting technique for dealing with supernatural entities. I call it... Preston Fool.
That is the most ridiculous, racist...
It's a finely tuned...
Shut up!
Sorry, Mrs. Corbin. Are you okay?
Sorry. I didn't mean to yell, but you said something that got me thinking.
I did? Of course, don't you worry, Ma'am. It's quite common for the ladies to find me both mentally and physically stimulating.
No. Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms?
The elves, or whatever they are, went for the biscuits that Darlene was baking. Then they were stealing Preston's jelly bebes. Don't you see? They're after sugar.
Sugar?
I don't know if that's what they ultimately want, but they clearly have a sweet tooth. We could use that to lure them into the trap.
Oh, that's brilliant. But where are we going to get a bunch of sweets from at this time of night?
What? Why are you looking at me? Guys? Guys?
No, not that one. That's no good. Cryptozoology, that might work.
No way!
What is it?
Look what they've got. A Guide to Haunted Hoaxes by James Hunter. They've got one of your books.
Oh, yes. I recall I was particularly lambasted by my colleagues for this one.
It's the first one where you came out and said all hauntings were bullshit because you'd never turned up a genuine one, right?
Right. There were hundreds of people in the community calling for my head on a spike. Still, the book sold very well, one of my best, actually. Turns out controversy really does create cash.
If only the version of you who wrote that book could see you now. Do you think he'd even believe it?
That we'd be hunting down elves from the North Pole. I'm not even sure I believe it now.
I don't just mean this. I mean everything. All the things we've seen and done. Hell, do you think he'd even believe you had friends?
That's true. That's true. By the time I'd published that, I hadn't had a friend for... well, since, you know.
Carl.
Yeah, him.
You can talk to me about him, you know. I can't imagine what you're going through.
What do you mean?
James, he's your oldest friend. You literally grew up together. I know he did a terrible thing with the signal back in Greenvale, but that doesn't erase all those years of memories.
Every memory I have of the orphanage, it was me and him together. When we left and we went into business, at first it was so much fun. We felt like rock stars, turning up at haunted houses and exposing frauds and fakes. Even when we parted ways, when he got into all the occult stuff, I never truly believed he would end up following through on any of it. He was and always has been like a brother to me. The only family I have left. But because of him, I nearly lost you. And you spent weeks suffering under the signal. Believe me, those fond memories won't deter me from what needs to be done. I'm going to find Carl and stop whatever he's planning.
James.
Here, start looking through these ones. We need to find out what we're dealing with.
But...
Come on, we don't have all day. Read.
Now listen here, I like to get kinky as much as anybody, but this is not my jam, man.
Now, Preston, I thought you wanted to help catch these creatures.
Yeah, I thought you were this big, brave hero.
Well, I am, of course. I'm Preston Connors. There's no more fearless a hunter of paranormal creatures than I. But I'm still not quite sure why I need to be used as bait.
Well, you've got the jelly babies, mate.
Well, yes, but couldn't we just remove them from my persons and place them in the trap?
It wouldn't be much of a story for you to tell if there wasn't an element of danger for you, now would it?
No, I suppose not. Let it never be said that Preston Connors falters in the face of danger.
Indeed.
Did you set up the rabbit traps outside?
Yeah, and I threw a few of the jelly babies in there for bait. These elf things go in, knock over the stick holding the crates up, and the crate falls. Presuming they go for the big bait, Preston over there, I found this fire extinguisher back there. We'll hide behind these boxes, and if one of them shows up, you spray it with the extinguisher to disorient it, and I'll grab it and stuff it in this pet carrier. Sound good?
I'm not sure good is the word, but I understand, yes.
Okay, let's hunker down.
Guys, can we perhaps come up with a different plan?
You'll have to try and keep it down, mate. You'll scare off the critters.
I'm
Scared?
No.
Afraid?
Certainly not.
Terrified?
Never.
A chicken?
Balderdash. That slander, that is. The great Preston Connors is no coward. I faced down banshees, Devonshire, vampires, witches, even an Egyptian mummy, would you believe?
We're going to have to gag him, right?
I thought you were never going to ask.
Sorry about this, mate.
No.
Oh, how about these things? They're called anhanas. They're creatures from Spanish myth. Oh no, never mind.
What?
The book says they're always beautiful creatures with long flowing hair.
Ah, yes. Those creatures that attacked me and Preston were anything but beautiful.
I feel a little bad dumping him with Mum and Dan.
Me too. But unfortunately it was a survival of the fittest situation. I don't think I could spend a second more with that pompous douche. Did I use that insult correctly?
You did.
There's a whole section in this book on imps. Their description does seem to fit what we saw, although most artist renderings show them with horns. I didn't notice any horns on the beings that attacked us.
No, but they did have lots of hair that looked like fur.
Did they? Are you sure?
You mean you didn't notice?
They were climbing all over me at the time. Forgive me if I missed some of the finer details.
Imps are thought to be servants of the devil, right?
In most folklore, yes.
Well, in that case, let's pray it isn't imps we're dealing with. I know I'm keen on seeing as much supernatural stuff as possible, but I'm cool with skipping Satan.
Okay, let's think about this. The things we saw definitely had a lot in common with imps. Many cultures have folk tales about cryptids that are very similar to imps.
Like bears.
Huh?
Bears. Pandas, grizzly and polar. They're like variations on a theme. They're all bears, but they've evolved differently in each area that they live.
Yes. So if we're assuming that at least some cryptids actually exist in the physical world, it would make sense that they would be subject to the laws of evolution, just like mammals or reptiles or birds.
So we should look at other creatures related to imps.
Yes! Excellent work, Abigail.
What about a pukwudgie?
They have giant ears, don't they?
Oh, yeah. No.
A troll? No, they tend to live under bridges.
Wait, seriously?
Fey folk? No, they're sneakier.
Oh, how about a broonie?
A Scottish housework goblin.
That's what that is? Oh, yeah. It says here they like to drink milk.
Whatever we're looking for seems to have a sweet tooth. Remember when they attacked Preston? They went for the jelly babies, not the garlic sausage. Though, so far as I'm concerned, that just means they have discerning taste.
How about these things? The Calicanzauri.
Calicanzauri. They're Greek, aren't they?
Yeah, it says right here, folklore creatures in Greek, Turkish and Serbian myth. Tiny creatures of humanoid shape. They are mischievous creatures with a taste for sweet treats, often depicted as unusually well endowed.
That's a strangely specific part of the myth. How did they get here from Greece, though?
I don't know. Unless...
Darlene!
How long's it been?
Nearly an hour.
Bloody hell. I wish these things would hurry up.
Didn't you do stakeouts when you were a police officer? I thought you'd be used to this sort of stuff.
I was never very good at stakeouts. Don't have the patience.
Well, you need to keep it down, or else you'll scare them away.
Okay. How do you think James and Abby are doing?
I'm sure they're working hard, just like us.
Yeah, sure.
What's the matter?
I just mean, you know, it's not the same, is it? We're out here in a cold garage trying to catch an elf, and they're off in a cosy library thumbing through books.
And?
Well, the most danger they're in is getting a paper cut. Who knows about us? These things might bite for all we know.
I take it travelling with them isn't going how you thought it would.
Not really. We spent the last few weeks trying to catch Carl Trevino.
The man who burned down my church?
Yeah, that's the one. Somehow he's always evading us. We stopped to investigate a few cases here and there, but I don't know, I always feel like I'm the third wheel, you know?
How so?
Well, James and Abby have got this banter, for lack of a better word.
Banter?
Yeah, like, they riff off one another. Sometimes they leave sentences half finished, and they just sort of know what the other one's going to say. And it's really frustrating for those of us not in the know.
Dan.
Yeah?
I mean this in the nicest way possible, but you kind of sound like a whiny little girl right now.
What?
You like Abigail, yes?
Yes.
Then the first thing you need to do is stop worrying so much. It gives off a really bad vibe. Just be yourself. Don't worry about what others are doing, and if it's meant to be, then it'll be.
And if not?
Then it isn't meant to be, and you'll meet someone else.
Did they teach you this in vicar school?
No, not quite. That's life experience talking. 100%.
Oh. Do you hear that?
They're here!
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go! Not so much! I can't see! Come here! Whoa! What? Hey, little guy, what you got there? Jelly babies?
Yeah, good. That's right. Just wait right there. No need to move. Got ya! Oh, my nose! Oh! Get back here, you little shit!
I'll get him, Dan.
Dan! Dan, untie me now!
In a minute, I've got to catch them now!
No! Untie me this instant!
Dan!
Abigail!
Did you get one?
Almost. It got away. Your mum went after it, Abigail.
Wait, what? Mum! Mum!
Quick, check the traps. Oh, no, alright, how about that one?
There's nothing under here.
Oh, God damn it! They got away.
You really thought they'd be tricked by these amateur hunting traps?
Oh, all right. It's more than I saw you doing.
Both of you, shut up! We need to find my mum!
Starring Jamie Evans as James Hunter, Isabella Barbieri as Abigail Corbin, and Luke Hunter as Dan Cowell. Also featuring Tess Gustard, Benton Hodges, Edina Fisher-Allen, Rory Jocelyn. Narration by David Anthony Green. Opening and closing themes by James Crow. Haunted, the audio drama, is created by Jamie Evans, with all episodes produced and directed by Jamie Evans and Benton Hodges. Audio engineering by Benton Hodges, Jamie Evans and Charles Topping. Haunted is a production of Impala Films and is recorded at Free Sprite Media Studios, with special thanks to Duncan Newham for equipment support. Thank you for listening to this audio presentation. Come back next week for the next exciting chapter of Haunted, the audio drama.